You do something in too big of a step, you're either going to fail miserably, get upset with yourself, and then want to quit, or you just can't do it. You just won't do it.
Hey everyone, I'm Laura.
I'm Kristen.
And this is Souls in Bloom, where Kristen and I have open, candid conversations, hoping to inspire your growth, personal growth, and ours as well. And today we're going to be discussing motivation and kind of how motivation is so important and also how it's not. Motivation's kind of a lie, but we'll talk about that later on. Yeah, we'll get to that part of the conversation. But yeah, so when you have a new task to accomplish, whatever it is, a change in your life, whatever, how do you find motivation? How do you keep that motivation? And how do you keep it from fading? Those are all, like, I don't know, important questions I think are worth discussing. And so we're going to talk about that today because I think both of us are kind of going on a health journey right now. And business opportunities as well, to a degree. Mm-hmm. So tell us, me, everybody, kind of about your health stuff, because I know you've been recently doing the bike thing and just trying to modify your lifestyle. So I'm curious just to hear about that in general, and also what motivated you to do this, because this was kind of like a finally, I'm going to do it now, like kind of thing, right? It wasn't kind of like a trickling into it.
Right. Like so that's like one thing that I want to make sure we talk about is kind of like your why. Like, why are you doing it? Whatever the change is or whatever. And I know it might sound silly, or it might actually sound real and relatable, but I got to the point, I know it's going to sound really weird, but I'm sure some people can relate, that I got to the point where my belly protruded out more than my boobs. And I was like,
have you heard that phrase? The titty do, where your tummy hangs out more than your titty doos.
Yeah. So I got to that point and I was
so sorry.
But see what I mean? So it is relatable. I was like, I can't anymore. I can't do this. Like this is not okay. And it also got to the point where like clothes weren't fitting the same anymore. And I was having to get like bigger clothes. And I'm like, no, this is not happening. Because I also know, for the most part, most women, when they enter menopause, they gain weight. And at that age, it's a lot harder for women to lose the weight, especially with the age and the menopause. So I'm like, okay, I need to do something now. So yes, I got the Peloton. Honestly, I'm going to be completely honest. That bike is freaking hard. Like I had a regular cycling bike. Laura, you know this because I was watching Kaylee.
Yeah, Kaylee Cohen. Yeah.
And that bike, I was acing it. Like maybe it was too easy, maybe, but then I upgraded to the Peloton. I'm like, this is freaking hard. I cannot do this. I do 20 minutes and I'm literally dying.
Yeah. But like, it doesn't have like different settings or something?
Yeah, it does. But to me, the way I sit on it feels different than the other cycling bike.
Yeah.
But maybe it's meant to be like that. So it's more challenging. But then like you have the instructors on there that are like way crazy. But again, it should be a good thing, right? Like it's challenging. Fine, no problem. But it got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to do this anymore. Like it's actually too hard for me. And I was doing it every day for like a week or two. Then I dropped down to every other day. And now, honestly, I don't do it at all because I have the walking pad now. And I did some research on like steps per day and stuff like that. I actually got an app that you put in all your information, how much weight you're looking to lose. And I just did like 10 pounds because, I don't really know. Like I've never had to go on a diet or anything. I've been very slim my whole life. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't really know what 10 pounds even like looks like on my body. So I just like picked that number.
Yeah.
So it said that I had to walk 10,000 steps per day.
Okay.
Look, I did it. It was weird. It was hard. It was annoying because it takes like it took me probably about an hour and a half a day, maybe 2 hours, but I didn't do it all at once. I like split it
Mhm.
up throughout the day.
Mhm.
Um, and I also just made small changes to my diet because when you're looking to change something, a good motivation is to do it in small steps. Because
Right.
if you do something too big of a step, you're either gonna fail miserably, get upset with yourself, and then want to quit, or you just can't do it. You just won't do it. You think it's too hard, and you just stop
Mhm.
yourself right away. So I
Yeah.
was just making like healthier choices. First thing I did was I cut out fast food and I changed to like a healthy breakfast because if you think about it, I feel like most breakfast foods are like carb related. I
Mhm.
mean, like bagels, English muffins, pancakes, waffles, like cereal could be bad with all the sugar and stuff.
Mhm.
So I switched to like yogurt, fruit, stuff like that, which I love. And then my lunches, because I get really um, impatient because so I just make something quick, a
Mhm.
frozen meal, a frozen this, a frozen that. And those are so unhealthy. But I did it because it was fast and I cut that out. And I was making like sandwiches. I know that has carbs, but baby steps, remember.
Mhm.
So switching out dinners to make sure I had a balanced meal, like a meat, a vegetable, a starch, something like that. And
Mhm.
honestly, I'm down 10 pounds.
Oh,
And,
wow.
and that's since April. So April, May, June, July, like 4 months or so.
Very nice.
So yeah, baby steps, but keep going. Have that why in your head. And that's what I kept in my head. Like I don't want, what did you call it?
The titty do.
Yeah, I don't want a titty do.
Oh my gosh, I'm already embarrassed for saying it out loud, but it's the first thing that popped
No,
in my head.
no, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
I didn't want my belly being bigger than my boobs anymore. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's working. Okay. That's
Yeah.
what matters.
Are you
But,
taking progress pictures or measurements or anything?
I didn't. I think I might have a photo when I first started the cycling back when I had the first cycle bike. I'll have to look
Mhm.
through my pictures. But I just would weigh myself. And that's the thing too about weighing. Don't go crazy about weighing yourself because you're gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Like I would only do it once a week. And, in the morning after you go number two,
Mhm.
before you eat is
Yes.
the best time to get like a good weight. And
Mhm.
then I was doing it once a week. And then after that, I just kind of like forgot about it because when I didn't see movement on the scale, I was getting upset.
Right. Yeah.
And, that could mean two things. You could either go crazy hard and start really like hurting yourself, trying to get more fit, or you can go the other route and just quit completely.
Yeah.
So I just stuck to my little regimen that I created, which wasn't that different from what I was doing previously, just cutting out some of the bad foods. And I would do like a weigh in every maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And so I have like scale, like the pictures on the scale, like the numbers on the scale. So
You should definitely take measurements as well.
I could totally tell. Like sometimes I don't look like I lost weight, but
Mhm.
I can definitely tell in my pants, like my jeans
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
that's true. Yeah, that's a good way
I
to measure
mean,
it. Yeah.
yeah, like there are some pairs of my jeans that I'll start walking like 10 feet and they start falling off my butt.
Very nice. Where they
So,
used to be snug, I assume.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Like,
Yeah.
and then button.
That's the way to do it though. You got to have some sort of measurement that's not the scale, because the scale is so crazy and accurate. Like it can give you
Yeah.
like a general guide of like how you're doing,
Yep.
but weight fluctuates so much, and especially for women, like one day to the next you can gain 5 pounds, but it's not actual weight, but the scale doesn't have a way to tell you like what it is.
Yep.
So I'm actually, so I'm losing weight now as well, but
Yay.
I'm the opposite though. I'm tracking every single day. I input it into my phone. I have like a little weight loss tracker thing,
Yep.
but it's like a plot grid or graph or whatever. And you can see, even just, I've been tracking for a month now, and it's like,
Oh, wow.
but that's helping me, because my problem before, when I've done weight loss stuff before, is the same thing. When I see the scale not move, I get immediately demotivated, just like, it's not even working. Screw this. Like, that's kind of my attitude.
Yeah.
But once I really studied other people's weight loss charts and like really understood that weight loss isn't, and any goal really isn't just like a, okay, we're started and here we go,
Yeah.
whatever way you're going, if you're going up or down, it's not smooth. It's often like, hills and peaks and valleys all the way through. So I was looking at other people's weight loss charts that had been doing it for a long time and were successful. And it's the same thing on their charts. So like once I got in my head, like, okay, the general trend is what's important, not like that day-to-day fluctuations, because that doesn't give you a really accurate picture.
Right.
But once I really understood that like it's okay to weigh more today than you did yesterday, it doesn't mean anything. Oh, there goes my earring. And since I've been tracking it and seeing that reality, it's actually helping me. So what I was going to say is that in previous weight loss like attempts, when I did what you did of like trying to only weigh like once a week or even once a month, and when the scale wasn't where I thought it should be by that point in time, I get so upset. So by seeing it every single day, like I don't have an expectation of like, okay, I should be down like a pound this week, and then step on and you're up a pound, and you're just like,
Yeah.
seriously, I worked so hard. But if you saw, oh, you actually hit that a couple days ago, but now you're just like in the upswing, but it's going to go back down again.
Yep.
Then like, I don't know, it helps me personally to visualize it. And I find that like remotivates me to see, when it's hitting its low, and to understand that like, those ups and downs are going to happen.
Yeah.
But this is like, I don't know, my millionth weight loss attempt, but this is a time kind of like this one time after I had my first kid, I went like full on weight loss mode, and I was the thinnest I'd been in my adult years and even part of high school. And I felt freaking fantastic. I was like doing cardio and stuff, and I was not lifting weights as such, but doing like pull-ups and things like that to do a little bit of strength training. I was doing mud runs, which was so much fun.
Nice.
I had a great time doing that. Now I would just, die halfway through. But back then I was in great shape and it felt awesome. And so just gradually over time, I just put the weight basically back on. And then I was never as heavy as I was until this most recent time. And that's after having another kid, well, a fourth kid. And so now I'm like, okay, well, we're done having kids for sure this time. And so now I'm like really pumped to do it for multiple reasons. But I'm I had this spike of motivation before when my dad died, and I'm trying to kind of channel that energy again this time as well. I have other reasons as well, but one of my big reasons was I wanted to be in good shape to fight anything crazy that might happen, because my dad he died right before his 69th birthday. So he was 68 when he died, which it seems fairly young, not like super young, but kind of young.
It's pretty young. Yeah.
Yeah. And he wasn't in the greatest shape. And then he just like went downhill so fast. It was like 3 months from diagnosis to him passing away.
Yeah.
And after he died, it was like, man, I want my body to be in the like peak condition if I have to fight anything like this myself.
Yeah.
I want to give myself the best chance to like fight off stuff. But also now as I get older, it's like what you said too, as far as aging and what that does to our bodies. And, I want to be older. I want to be a very active grandparent eventually when that
Yeah.
day comes. And now that I'm freaking 38 with an infant, I gotta be youthful for a really long time if I want to see all the grandkids and play with them and everything. And so that's motivating me too. But yeah, I want to be independent. That scares me too. We have a lot of like osteoarthritis and things like that in my family, and I just don't want to have to depend on somebody else for mobility. My mom's in fantastic shape for her age. She's in her early 70s,
Nice.
creeping up on the mid 70s, and she's really great shape for her age. And that's like, she's inspirational to me as far as
Yeah.
like staying good shape goes. But
Hell
yeah. So anywho, what I was going to say though about motivation. So motivation is great if you have it. But if you don't, like, or you lose it, because motivation is fleeting. No one stays motivated constantly. That's a
Correct.
lie. That's
Yeah.
the big lie. You have to stay disciplined. So that's what I was saying in the beginning. Like motivation is awesome and everything, but it's also a lie because it doesn't stay with you. So I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, talk about some ways that you stay motivated when you're not motivated at all, or like how to hang on
Ugh,
to
it's
your
not easy.
motivation. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's not easy. So definitely give yourself grace for the times that you're not motivated or in that mood, because it happens. We're all human.
Mm-hmm.
We all can have our down times and stuff, but we need those things to remind ourselves of why we're doing what we're doing and why and how we can get back into the motivation. And
Mm-hmm.
mine is my why is one thing, and something that I do that is more like visual is I put post-it notes up all over the place. Like I have this one right here. It says do something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's pretty general, right? But I
Yeah.
have it on the side of my computer screen. And when I start feeling like I'm losing focus, oh, I'm, looking around, I'm, whatever, like I'm bored of this. And then bright pink paper catches my eye, and I'm like, oh, all right, let me do something. Let me now that means like finish what I'm doing, think about what needs to be done, stuff like that. And it helps. I sometimes I need that visual reminder to be like, snap out of it, like get back to
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. That's great. For my weight loss thing, I have, like I was telling you before, when I was in the greatest shape and doing mud runs and all that stuff, one of the mud runs, someone got like a group shot of us, of our mud run group. And I
Yep.
have that picture in my bathroom. So, like, if I'm
Yeah.
ever like needing a little motivation boost, I just pull that picture out. I'm like, all right, this is the goal. I remember, honestly, weight isn't even as big of a deal to me. Like, I want to feel as awesome as I did in that picture again. I
Mhm.
cannot wait to get back to that point. So, that's my motivation. But the sticky notes are great. Some sort of reminder or mantra or something that you can say to yourself to
Mhm.
like kind of get your butt back in gear. And it's especially important, like, for people like us, people that run your own business, right? Because there's nobody over your head to tell you to keep working. Like, you have to be able to keep yourself on track and motivate yourself. And,
Yep.
you know, so
I
those
do
tips are
struggle with
great.
that. I do struggle with that during the day because I'm
Mhm.
here by myself. Like
Yeah.
you said, nobody's here to keep me in line and keep me going.
Right.
So I have, I think about my why, like, why did I start my business? I have bills to pay, stuff like this. If I don't do something, like literally,
Mhm.
I'm not making money. And
Mhm.
something that I do that might seem like simple is I'll turn on music. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I think I know why I'm kind of phasing out and like getting tired or bored. I don't have music on. So I'll put on my computer, I'll go to pandora.com and I'll play music, something upbeat, happy, and I'm like, whoa, there we go. And I'm like right back into it again. So
Nice.
that's like
Yeah.
just something little, simple, free that definitely kickstart the fire right under my ass again.
Yeah, that's great. Music can definitely be a good motivator. That can
Yeah.
get you started to do any sort of task. I love, like, when I'm not wanting to clean my house, for example, music is great. Just throw some
Yes.
music on and start all the, like, the household chores.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it, like, enjoyable to do. You've flipped, like, the script on what you have to do now, instead of it being like, I really don't want to do that. You're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this isn't so bad. All right, let's get to it. Let's tackle that. And you know,
Yep.
and like vision boards, things like that. If you're working towards any sort of goal, we've talked about this before, saving money or anything like that. Like if you're trying to go on vacation, maybe get some pictures of where you want to go, or
Yes.
something visual, that a visual reminder, or write it down. If you're a list person, writing things down is always good. Or
Yeah.
giving yourself a deadline too can sometimes be motivational, because you want to get to that point. Although personally, it wasn't a deadline, it was a goal of a weight last time when I lost all that weight that I was talking about earlier. And it was like, once I hit that weight loss goal, I was like, did it, we're good. And then I gained it back. It was like I hit the goal and I didn't have a second goal to like move on to, as far as
Right.
like my health went. So it was like I felt like I accomplished it, and I just went back to my old ways. I didn't gain everything back like immediately. It took several years, but
Yeah.
you got to stay motivated to keep it up. You can't just be done when it's done necessarily. If it's a long-term goal or a lifelong goal, which
Yeah.
healthy eating and all that is a lifelong goal.
Right. But you can also take a break though. Like, don't
Yes,
burn
absolutely.
yourself out. Sometimes, if you get to that goal and maybe you just need to take a break and maybe think about something else you want to continue with. And, sometimes any change or goal or anything needs like some time to think, rest, maybe refocus.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't burn out, you don't do something so hard that you don't want to do it anymore and you're like, F this, or
Yeah.
so definitely take it easy sometimes too, because you don't want that burnout or to just completely give up because you're being too hard on yourself or whatever.
Yeah, that's true too. Just as long as you can step back, but step forward again, when you need to.
Yeah.
Don't let yourself give up on your goal, is all that I want, is what I mean.
Yes,
Take the
exactly.
break if you need it, because it's hard to go full bore all the time when you're trying to accomplish something. And you're right, you do need to step back sometimes and take a breather and reassess and all that stuff, or maybe change your strategy towards your goal if what you're doing isn't getting you closer as
Yep.
in a way that you wanted it to, or as fast or whatever. But yeah, get back to it. Don't let it defeat you. That's
Yeah.
don't let it defeat you. You got to stay motivated. If you can't stay motivated, stay disciplined in your goal.
Yes.
So you gotta keep on keeping on.
Yes. I love that.
It's true. All right. Well, any final thoughts? I think
I like that. That's our final thought. Keep on keeping
keeping
on.
on. All right. Sounds good. And if you guys want some tips on just starting, that was like one of our actually, what would be a good one is our Overcoming Procrastination podcast. So if you do have this big goal, you're not sure how to get yourself started on it, and you're kind of putting it off because you don't want to start it maybe necessarily, we do have a whole podcast on that. I'm going to try to remember to link it at the end of this video, so go check that one out. And yeah, that's it for this one, guys. And we'll be back here again in 2 weeks with another one, and we hope to see you all then. So thanks so much for watching or listening. And yeah, see you guys in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.